ready to go in the Motor City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now the first NFL carry for the former Georgia star, DeAndre Swift. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. They begin with a quick throw out left. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
On second down, here's Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. They'll run for the first time to DeAndre Swift. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
At the 32-yard line.
Yardage here to the 31-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. After the run, now Stafford going to throw. And he'll find Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford is complete to Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
In addition to his really good hands, Marvin Jones makes big plays downfield. Ended up missing the last month of the 2019 season. Still had 62 catches for nearly 800 yards. And even more importantly, 9 touchdown catches included in that number. When Marvin Jones goes downfield for a pass, oftentimes he finds his way into the end zone.
On 1st and 2, it's Swift. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Now Stafford. He's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
And there's a familiar sight. Khalil Mack putting a quarterback down in the backfield for another sack. I know he only had 8.5 sacks in 2019, so a lot of people wrote that off as, hey, what's going on with Khalil Mack? You do realize he's getting doubled and tripled on just about every snap, but that was the first time since his rookie year of 2014 that he finished the season with less than 10 sacks.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. To be frank, a silly penalty there trying to block the field goal, and that leads to a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, Stafford. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Swift with his first career touchdown in his first career game. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10.
Now Trubisky on first down.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Good starting field position for him as they come up first and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10. To him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Bears.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 44-yard line. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
And the Bears first down.
On first and 10, it's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Before he came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Back to throw, Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Brings up 3rd down and 12.
The Lions on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
Stafford with a play fake to Swift, and he'll set to throw.
He's going to fire one deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Stafford throwing on target to Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
Looking for Hockenson, and he's got it. Touchdown, Detroit.
T.J. Hockenson, 37 yards. And the Lions add on to their lead.
The full team is involved in this game early, aren't they? Go down the field, score on offense, take the ball away on defense, and go right back and score again. You got to like the way that's working for them.
That's exactly right. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 2-score lead. A little bit like you at breakfast this morning. I got to get this in. You had a perfect omelet, dropped it. So a little bit of a turnover. You went right back there and got that omelet and crushed it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do.
Worried about your hands, though.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive is going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Going up top for Miller. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. After the interception, here's Stafford. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I think we could all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here, getting 3 points at the end of
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. A huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to 10 again. And it's 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
Not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Raiders to kick off.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
A gain of 12.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
14.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Play action. Now Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Second and 10. It's Trubisky again. This is caught by Gill. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Gain of 13 yards.
And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Brings up second and 11 at the Lions' 39-yard line.
Second and 11.
Here's Trubisky. This will be caught inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
Touchdown.
Ted Ginn, 39 yards. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
Kick is good.
Rosas good with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Taken from about the 12. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. That'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Stafford to his 2nd-year tight end Hockenson for a Lion first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
Wide receiver.
Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Kyle Fuller.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The tackle by Robert Quinn. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
It's now 3rd and 8.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
On 1st down, Trubisky.
Open man is Komet, the tight end.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Second and 4.
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
Here's Trubisky to throw. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago 1st down.
1st down, Bears.
And a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
He was looking for his rookie Cole Komet that time.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
But we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The tackle made by Clay Matthews. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. It's Desmond Trufant. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
The score, Lions 24, Bears 7. To kick off for Detroit.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And Patterson will not return it. It comes out to the 25-yard line.
The line prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter.
He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, but it's going to be second down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Trubisky will throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Touchdown. Marvin Jones. 32 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
To kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. The big nose tackle, Danny Shelton, there to swallow him up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Now Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run it. Freeman. And flags come as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Julian Okwara.
And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's complete right around the 8. He'll be ridden out of bounds. Didn't even come close to sniffing the end zone. That catch good for only a couple. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Here's a toss play right to Swift.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Whistles now at a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today.
7-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back now on EA Sports. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, they'll run with Freeman. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And the Bears 1st down.
Looking to throw Trubisky on 1st down. He finds Robinson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 23 yards on the play.
23 yards.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Brought down back at the 36-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Trubisky. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Aldrich Rosas for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, it's an even 15-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. Well, this one provided some good drama down to the very end. That last kickoff return, for a moment, thought he might break it, but in the end, they get the tackle and stop the drama.
You were starting to have more fun, weren't you?
Well, I was starting to stand up.
Yeah, you were into that one. Who knew? We thought maybe they might get that miracle finish that they were looking for. Didn't quite get it done.